Hi, I'm Jake. Welcome to my happy place. I make RPG supplements and videos about Pathfinder 2, or Pf 2. I love Tian Xia. These books this book is so cool. It's so full of stuff. I can't go fast enough to get through all of it that I want to get through. So today, Fan Dancer. Fan dancers display exceptional elegance and control as they drift across the stage, specializing in spinning movements that are, at times, like a trickling brook, and, at others, a swift and powerful river. While some fan dancers use their skills to gain the advantage in combat, others adeptly manipulate their fans to distract their enemies and create openings for their allies. I love this archetype. Some fan dancer abilities require you to be wielding one or more fans, which can be a fighting fan, page 127 of this book, or a normal fan used as an improvised weapon, in which case you get -2 to hit, unless you're a weapon improviser. Characters with the Tian Xia origin have access to the fan dancer archetype. Yeah, or characters with Tian Xia origin, but you know what? It doesn't matter, because at least when this book first comes out, every GM is going to be like, yeah, I don't care. Pick anything from the book. It's going to be fun. Who doesn't love anime and martial arts? Fan Dancer Dedication. Uncommon. Prerequisites: trained in performance and access Tian Xia origin. Or, you're from Mortal Kombat. You sweep across the battlefield, manifesting both the gentle spring breeze and the crisp autumn gusts. You become an expert in performance. At 7th level, you become a master in performance, and at 15th level, you become legendary in performance. When you feint while holding a fan, you can give your feint the air trait. If you do, you can stride 10 feet before or after as part of the same action. Neat! That's a really good feat! Dedication! That's a really good dedication! Wow, cool. Well, because it helps people out who just want the performance, and it helps people out who already use feint, and it also just gives you extra movement. It's good stuff. Next feat, level 4, Pedal Step. Prerequisites: Fan Dancer Dedication. I'm not going to read that part again. You have a mastery over your own movement and can distribute your weight to dance lightly over the ground like pedals drifting on the water. You gain a +1 circumstance bonus to your stealth checks to sneak and aren't detectable by tremor sense. That last part will rarely be useful, but it's also rarely a benefit in any archetype. So it's a rare benefit? If it'll ever be useful, you're going to be the one to use it. But getting +1 to your stealth checks to sneak is still really good. I know, +1 doesn't seem like much, but, especially if you're coming from 5e. But ignore that. It's really good. Every +1 counts. And not just because it's a number. It matters. Next level 4 feat, Solo Dancer. It's a skill feat. Prerequisites: expert in performance. You often dance alone with a grace exceeding that of most other performers, carrying yourself with a poise and confidence that draws the attention of those around you. You can always roll performance for initiative. And during the first round of combat, creatures that act after you are off guard to you. Fuck yes. This is a great feat. It's a skill feat? That's improbable, to say the least. It's inconceivable! This is really good. Next level 4 feat. Twirl Through. You sweep across the battlefield in a fluttering of movement honed from years of coordinating perfectly spaced movements alongside fellow dancers. When you attempt to tumble through an enemy space, you can use performance instead of acrobatics. I know, long explanation for a really short benefit, but it's still just a skill feat, which is great. And, you probably spent your 4th level skill feat getting the performance for initiative, but then, you can use your 6th level skill feat for Twirl Through. It's just, anyway, there's lots of skill feats, so, maybe you'll just play a rogue so you get a skill feat every level. Next level 6 feat, Fluttering Misdirection. Also a skill feat. Wow. You've trained in drawing the eyes of your audience to specific aspects of your performance through the careful manipulation of your fans and body. While wielding a fan, you can snap open, flutter, or otherwise manipulate the fan to briefly distract observers around you, giving you and adjacent allies a constant +1 circumstance bonus to stealth checks to secretly conceal an object and to thievery checks to steal or palm an object. I know, not all that powerful, not always useful, but it's still just a skill feat, and there's some groups that will love that, so it's an option. I love when they put options in that you don't need, because some people will. Next feat, level 6, an actual class feat, archetype feat this time. As the air trait, it's a reaction, sweeping fan block. Trigger, you're targeted by a ranged attack that uses ammunition. Like laser cartridges from Starfinder 2? That's ammunition. Requirements, you're wielding 2 fans, one in each hand. You leap up on one leg, snapping your fans open alongside your head before sweeping them across your body. When you're the target of an attack using ammunition, such as arrows, bolts, sling bullets, and other objects of similar size, they're just saying not ballistas. While wielding 2 fans, whirl your fans to disrupt the incoming attack with gusts of air, gaining a +2 circumstance bonus to AC against the triggering attack. If the triggering attack misses, you can redirect the ammunition into a nearby pocket or container where it can be retrieved and reused. It doesn't say it has to be yours. You can, like, help your allies get more crossbow bolts if you're being shot with them. You're just like, here, take that. Alright. Next feat, level 8. Pushing Wind has the traits Air and Aura. Prerequisites, doesn't matter. Requirements, you're wielding a fan. As you spin and glide your fans alongside your allies, you kick up a mild wind that gently carries you all forward. So long as you're holding a fan, you and allies who start their turn in a 30-foot air aura emanating around you gain a +5-foot circumstance bonus to land speeds for 1 round. You also gain this bonus to your fly speed if you possess one, but it can't grant you the ability to fly if you wouldn't otherwise be able to. Additionally, the air impedes the movement of your foes. While holding a fan, the area in a 10-foot aura emanating around you is difficult terrain for all enemies. So all of your allies in a 30-foot emanation from you, at all times, get +5-foot circumstance bonus to land speed. And any enemy in 10 feet of you has difficult terrain. Really situationally useful in combat, but the movement rate is always useful, no matter the combat. I love buffs like that are just passive and unique, and it's hard to find them. Next level 8 feat, Twirling Strike, 2 actions. Prerequisites, Twirl Through. Requirements, you're wielding a fan. The Twirl Through is using performance instead of acrobatics. This is skill feat, level 4. Your fans, one raised up alongside your head and the other alongside your hip, become a blur as you twirl across the battlefield. Attempt to tumble through an enemy's space using performance. On a success, you can make a melee strike against the enemy with a fan you're wielding at any point during the movement. On a critical success, the enemy is off guard against this attack. It's just like classic combining 3 actions into 2 actions. It's just specific actions. This is good, because it's movement and hitting somebody. Hopefully making them off guard as well. This really works well for rogues. Or for anybody else who benefits from off guard. Level 10 feat, Close Formation. Or is it Close Formation? Close Formation, okay. Prerequisites, Master in Performance. You practiced fan dance as a member of a large group, coordinating your moves together to create living art and heightening your sense of spatial awareness. When you wield 2 fans, each in a different hand, you gain Tremor Sense as an imprecise sense with a range of 20 feet. That's awesome. I know not everybody likes the imprecise senses, but that means that you know whenever something moves into or out of that area. And since you always have it in effect, it's not with a spell, you can keep track of your party members and that they are in the area. And then if an enemy moves into that area, you're immediately alerted because you have Tremor Sense as long as they're on the ground. It's great. It's really good. Is that a regular feat? Yeah. Okay. Level 10 feat, Dizzying Spin Dance, 3 actions. Prerequisites, Twirling Strike. Requirements, you're wielding a fan. And Twirling Strike was the dancing through enemies, and if you critically hit them, they're off guard. Dizzying Spin Dance, 3 actions. You're practiced in using your fans to spin with a dizzying speed, tumble through an opponent's space, and then strike that opponent. If both the tumble through and strike are successful, the opponent is off guard to the next attack made against it before the start of your next turn. And you can attempt to tumble through the space of a different opponent and strike again with the same effect. If the second tumble through and strike are successful, you can repeat these actions a 3rd time against a 3rd opponent. As long as you're rolling decently, this is amazing. and you're setting your allies up for success. Any archetype that allows you to set your allies up for success, even if it does nothing else, is very useful in Pathfinder 2. This also lets you do special movements and attacks, and damn, you're dancing all over that battlefield. Yeah, tumble, tumble, tumble. That's a very good feat. Next, level 10 feat. Fluttering Distraction reaction. It has the Manipulate and Misfortune traits. Trigger, an enemy attempts a ranged or melee strike against an ally within 30 feet. Requirements, you're wielding 2 fans, 1 in each hand. You're trained in snapping and fluttering your fans to draw the eyes of observers around you. You manipulate your fans to create a distraction. The enemy must roll its attack twice and take the lower result. There's no freaking limit on how often you can do this. An enemy attempts a ranged or melee strike against an ally within 30 feet. You can just do this every turn. Fuck yeah. That's a great feat. Helps your allies or you. It's just a really good feat. Especially if you don't have a reactive strike. I like that this is like a combat style archetype that's not built for fighters. Like rogues do quite well with this. Next feat, level 10, Sweeping Fan Redirection. Prerequisites, Sweeping Fan Block. Requirements, you're wielding 2 fans, 1 in each hand. You can redirect ammunition back at the creature that fired it with Sweeping Gusts of Wind. When Sweeping Fan Block prevents an attack from hitting you, instead of recovering the ammunition, you can make a ranged strike against the triggering target using the normal attack bonus damage of your fans as part of the same reaction. You also apply any special effects the ammunition might have. Awesome! I love it. I love abilities like this. In Deadlands, the most impressive ability a martial artist had was Seize the Pearl of Death, which is someone near you within reach gets shot at, including yourself. You grab the bullet in midair, turn it around, and throw it back. This is badass. It's a really fun feat. Makes you feel really cool. Level 14, Peony's Flourish. 3 actions. It has the Incapacitation and Visual traits. Requirements, you're wielding 2 fans, 1 in each hand. As you spin around and create wide arching circles with your fans, you manifest a mosaic of peonies that confuses your enemies. It's a bunch of flowers. Stride twice and then attempt a performance check against the will DC of each creature you passed adjacent to. Okay, so of the 3 actions, 2 of them are movements, so you're striding twice. And then you attempt a performance check. So, critical success. The creature is stunned 3 and dazzled for as long as they're stunned. Each creature you passed adjacent to while striding twice. And you already probably have at least a 5-foot increased movement speed, so you at least have a movement of 30. So you've moved 60 feet, and every creature you pass adjacent to, you roll this against. That's awesome. Alright, so critical success, stunned 3 and dazzled for as long as they're stunned. Success, the creature is stunned 1 and dazzled for 1 round, which is still good. Failure, the creature is dazzled for 1 round, which is still useful for protecting your allies or yourself. Critical failure, the creature is unaffected and temporarily immune to further use of Peony's Flourish for 24 hours. That's a great feat. So much movement in this archetype, that's great. And protecting your allies. This would be so much fun to play. You're like all over the place. Next feat, level 14, Dragon's Journey. 1 action, has the traits Air, Flourish, and Move. Requirements, you're wielding 2 fans, 1 in each hand. Your movements are like that of a dragon weaving a serpentine path between your enemies and allies. Using your fans, you slice the air and create a path of least resistance, allowing you to move across the battlefield with an ethereal grace. You stride, your movement doesn't trigger enemy reactions, and any allies you pass within 5 feet of can immediately use their reaction to stride, moving in the same direction. Allies must end their movement as close as possible to you or another ally who benefited from this ability. During Dragon's Journey, all ally movement doesn't trigger reactions. Yours does. It doesn't say that, but yours does. But this is just helping all of your allies that are near you to get into better positioning. This is a great party aid archetype, and you look awesome while doing it. And like, catching laser blasts and throwing them back is cool. Was that a missile launcher? Actually, that wouldn't work because it's an area effect. Machine gun would work. Oh, damn, that's cool. thank you for joining me for Fan Dancer. I appreciate your presence. And if you're a patron, thank you for being here. If anybody's interested in joining the Discord to just chat with us, Discord link's below. There's also a Patreon link below. If you donate $5 a month or more, you get entered into the drawing for cool stuff that Loot picks out for you. He does the random drawing. I'm sorry, I know you were cleaning yourself. Go on. I'm sure you're dirty. I'm really sure he's dirty. Thank you for being here. If you want to see a playlist of motherfucker hair, God, motherfucker, don't pet your cats. Ever. Stop it. If you want to see Tian Xia playlist, here. If you want to see archetype playlist, here. If you want to go back and look at Player Core 2 playlist, it'll be over here so I don't cover the kitty. Over there. Thanks. See you soon. Mwah. Oh, God, that's hair on my lips. Oh.